DC is entering the collectible card game arena with a game titled Dual Force, slated for release later this year. We got a trailer that dropped just a few days ago. This video is going to be breaking down everything we know right now about the game and what we can come to expect from its release. It's the bat signal. Oh, Batman. I've been playing the heck out of Marvel Snap and absolutely loving it, but getting to see some of the characters from the DC side of things brought to life in the collectible card game, that would be incredibly fun as well. So here we go. We've got our character that we have 3 different categories of cards that have been spoiled so far to differentiate how you can construct your lists. You have heroes, and then you have minions, and then you have actions. We're going to be showcasing the heroes here in the trailer, but then we do have glimpses at some of the other categories of cards as well. And we get a tag here, the Dark Knight. It makes me wonder if we could see multiple versions of different characters as we see them through different points in time or different eras of comics, even as a different Batman but not titled the Dark Knight could be quite interesting. And then their abilities here numbered 1 and 2. It appears that all heroes have a 1 and 2 ability. I have a quick speculation as to what that could mean, but we're going to break down what we got here. Batman gains +2 of the yellow circle. This is an icon that appears on the other cards but not on the hero cards themselves, and Hunter this turn. And then number 2, look at 3 cards in your deck, draw 1 of them, gain, and then in this preview at least it seems to be smudged out, 14 shield on the Batman. Superman, not to be outdone, 18 base stats, a little bit chunkier than the Batman. And then again, the split abilities, very similar opening ability, and then a friendly character gains invincible until the start of your next turn. A lot of different keywords here. Looks like it's going to be a chunky, crunchy game. All right, so this is the titular mechanic. Dual Force, getting into the name. Your primary form of deck building is going to be choosing which 2 heroes you want to team up to be able to construct your deck with. And this is the other highlight of their advertising, is both PvE and PvP content. They are on a weekly basis going to be delivering new PvE content in the form of what they are stylizing as these interactive comic books. So I think that you're going to get a brief story, and then it's going to effectively dictate what hero characters you have to pair up against what villain. And then you're going to have a little bit of a puzzle box challenge scenario, and that's also going to be tied to account progression. Coming soon, which is this year. It is predicted, it is promising to release later this year. We are on the official Dual Force website here, which the website has gotten a facelift just recently with the advent of the trailer release. The game was at first announced a year and a half ago. There were rumors that it was dead, and now they're showing that they're still in full force. Watching the success of Marvel Snap, I think, might have had Warner Brothers Entertainment give the developers a kick in the pants to keep this baby alive. So they are here, harking on the team-up mechanic, allowing for their gameplay variety, and then allowing you to keep on strategizing between which characters have the strongest synergies with each other. Very fun mechanic on its face. And then they're saying that it is an incredibly intuitive experience. So in spite of right now things seeming a little bit opaque in how the abilities function, they're saying that it's going to be easy to pick up and hopefully not too hard, not too high of a barrier of entry to get the comic book fans in. You can sign up here, which they seem to be saying just with the name and email, to potentially get onto the roster for beta or alpha access. We've done that. We're going to try and swing the weight of the channel subscriber size to be able to see if we can get some early peeks at gameplay for you guys, but we'll see what comes of that. And now what everybody really wants to see, the cards. So we have our heroes or leaders. Harley Quinn is here as well. So the supervillains can get the leader tag as well. Hopefully that means that you can do team-ups between heroes and villains. I think that could be really cool for both thematic elements and then also the extra gameplay variety. We have our minions and we have our actions. Every card category is pretty uniform between it, but then we see different elements coming together across all of them. So all of the heroes have the 2 abilities, and then they have the shield value, and then between the minions and the actions, they all have this icon in the top left. Some of them are clearly matching here, and then the minions have the yellow circle, the red shield, and the abilities don't have any of the bottom of the card stat line. Instead, they have these also icons in the middle here, which are yet a different color than what's in the top left. And also that's something that's not present on the leaders. So it's going to be very interesting to dig in and see if this is just, is it rarity or is it another deck building synergy element that's going to be included in the game? I'm curious. Back up to the leaders, and here we see Batman has a slightly different stat line and ability breakdown than what we even saw in the trailer, so clearly a work in progress. They're still ironing things out, trying to get things ready for the release this year. Same art, and oh, the art looks great. I hope that with the full release, we get 3D elements and a little bit of motion as well. A lot of the modern digital collectible card games are taking advantage of that to really bring things to life. It is being published by Warner Bros. Interactive, which, after the handling of Multiverses and some of the recent Arkham Batman games, especially the porting over into the PC, has a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth to something else coming out from Warner Bros. Entertainment. But on the whole, the DC video game world has outperformed the Marvel video game world. Marvel Snap has been a smash success, and here DC wants to be able to take a bite out of that pie. And I'm very excited. I hope that they bring an excellent product. The actual developers are Kryptonic Studios, Kryptonic Entertainment, and they are the publishers of all of the digital DC card games that have come out recently. And I hope that they're able to rely on those strengths from the creation of the physical collectible card games to come over here into digital and really be able to explore new avenues. It doesn't feel like this is not just a digitized version of one of their existing games. It's not like a sequel to one of their games. It is its own thing. And I'm hoping that their expertise in creating the physical games, especially the reliance on how you have to do the extra balance testing to try and produce a high quality physical product, because it's way harder to change when a physical product is in circulation, that translates into the digital here, and we get very smooth releases and balanced releases of cards. We see even more keywords called out here with ambush, and then when you draw a card, if it's a gadget, upgrade it, and Batman gains a charge. So you have an upgrade level to cards, you have charge elements, you have the 2 different abilities, which is true on all the heroes, so it appears, but not present in any of the other sections of cards. I am wondering if this means that they just have the 2 abilities, or if it is in your team up mechanic, when you play the first hero, the first one played gets to use 1, and then the second hero that you would play later on would be able to get 2. Or if it's that this takes place when they first enter the battlefield, and then this takes place, you can tap him every turn to be able to get something like this. It's unclear. We don't have gameplay breakdown. We don't have a rule set. We don't know exactly what's coming to us. We just see the slight slate of cards here, but there's a lot of potential here, a lot of different crunchy options. So here, it seems like Harley Quinn is gaining or consolidating these stat lines from the minions, and then is able to take different effects. Potentially they are able to feed these over to the heroes, or the heroes are able to take stock of how much power they represent on their battle line to be able to activate their different abilities. Could be a very fun mechanic to have the minions supporting the heroes that are then able to cycle, draw cards, and keep the good times flowing. Dr. Fate, Gorilla, Punchline, all sets in the minion start. Create 2 random spells in your hand. When an enemy blocking Gorilla Grodd is KO'd, draw a card. Frenzy, Punchline has lethal if you control Joker. There's a lot of callouts that feel similar to Magic, especially if you've been playing a lot of the contemporary collectible card games in physical. And then the actions here being able to buff up the minions, able to just wipe a significant portion of the opponent's board. Your leaders heal 3 damage for the rest of the game. Draw an additional card for each turn. Seems like there's going to be some fast tempo exchanges and a lot of board wipes and cycling through your cards while trying to keep your leaders as the pillars that everything else is revolving around. If you guys have any other insights from what has been released, you're going to have to let me know down in the comments below. I read all of those. I love chatting about these games. I am incredibly excited for this one's release. In terms of my wish list of collectible card games, we've got Snap already. Warhammer 40k is already developing one and releasing betas that I've been able to dip my toes into. I really want a Star Wars one, but otherwise I was very much hoping for a DC take, and going to be a very happy man once this releases later this year. Now for the playable comic books. So this is getting premier billing for them as an aspect to the gameplay, the PvE gameplay here, in an unprecedented partnership with DC Comics. The game will feature all new single-player experiences that draws on over 80 years of comic book history. New comic books will release every week. And so you're going to be able to do different team-ups of heroes and villains. This looks like a grab from the game. I'm sure that this could change a lot, but it's showing that you're going to rock in with Superman, Batman dictated to play together for this adventure up against the Joker. And then we have a little bit of what I assume are unique rules for this puzzle scenario to give you a unique flair for this PvE, an additional challenge or extra mechanic to be able to exploit, to be able to gain a victory. And then this is, yes, earn rewards. It's going to be tied to your account progression. Hopefully, it's also a way to be able to play around with and experience the abilities of cards that maybe you don't necessarily own for the PvP ranked side of things, but that's going into pure speculation and a wish list. I'm pretty excited that they are building this together, PvP and PvE simultaneously, and excited for what this could look like. There we are, coming soon in 2023. Once again, if you guys have enjoyed the video, then show some love, promote it out to the rest of the community, because I am very excited for this one, and it released out of nowhere. I had no idea that this was coming, and then we had all this breakdown. Stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you want to be notified. I'm going to be breaking down all the new info that we get out of DC Dual Force, and once it releases with a beta, alpha, whatever we're able to take advantage of, we're going to try and be in on the ground floor here at the channel. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.